welcome to Narrowboat Chef. This is our first cooking vlog of 2020 and today we're going to make, well, I am going to make some scones. If you watch David's channel at Cruising the Cut, you may have seen his most recent vlog was us showing him how to make scones. We had great fun, and if you haven't already seen that, you should go and check it out. I'll put a link down in the description below. So today I'm going to show you how to make that recipe, but also David believes that putting anything in scones, even cheese, is sacrilege. But for those of us who are a bit more adventurous, I will show you a few different variations that you can try with your scones. Just quickly before we get into the cooking, some of you might know it was mentioned in our last cooking video last year. The end of last year I was working on getting my indefinite leave to remain, which means that I can stay in the UK because I'm only on a visa. And that has actually now been approved. I'm just waiting to receive the permit that says I'm allowed to stay. But other than that, you will continue to receive these amazing vlogs because I'm allowed to stay in the UK. So with that done, let's get cooking. So first things first, we're going to preheat the oven, which we totally did not forget to do on David's video. I'm going to preheat it to 220 degrees Celsius, which on ours is gas mark 7, or 430 degrees Fahrenheit.
You think?
I'm pretty sure. I'll put it down below as well. So the oven's preheating, so I'm now going to go on to the scone mix. So I'm going to start with some self-raising flour, and I need to sift 225 grams. So the next step after you've sifted the flour is to add 40 grams of soft butter. If you don't have butter, you can use margarine. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. And you're just going to put that in and finger it. That sounds a bit wrong. Combine it with your fingertips into the flour until it becomes a kind of floury, sandy kind of mixture. Yeah, I think I better stop talking. Oops. Might cut that bit out. No, don't focus on that right.
Getting ready for later when she has to roll it out.
Yeah, that's right, I'm just preparing.
Preparing.
So now that the butter has been incorporated into the flour, I'm going to add a pinch of salt and 1.5 tablespoons of caster sugar. If you're making savoury scones, just leave out the sugar, but for the sweet ones, leave the sugar in. Just mix that through. So the sugar and the salt's in there, and I'm just going to add 110 mils of milk straight into that. Best to mix it with a fork. It keeps the mixture quite light and fluffy because it gets more aeration through it. I'll just go straight in. So for these scones, I'm doing some sweet fruit scones, so dried fruit scones, and mainly because my dad is actually over visiting at the moment and he loves fruit scones. So I thought, let's do some fruit scones for him. So I'm just going to put in 1/2 cup of dried fruit, mixed dried fruit, and mix that through. So if you just want basic scones, sweet scones with no fruit, just leave the fruit out and they will make really nice scones. So just going to gently flour the bench. And tip out the scone mix. Tad more on top. And then just a gentle knead, just a couple of times to make the mixture soft and smooth. So if you have a rolling pin, go ahead and use a rolling pin. I don't have one, So I'm just going to flatten it out. And you want to flatten it out to about 2.5–3 centimeters high, or roughly about an inch. So before I start cutting my scones, I'm just going to quickly flour a tray so I can put them straight on. And then I'm going to start cutting my scones with a 58mm 2¼ inch cutter. Dip it in a bit of flour so it doesn't stick to the dough. And then I'm going to push down firmly, give it a bit of a shake, and should just pull it out. So I've cut out my first 4 and I don't have any space left on my dough, so I'm just going to reform it into a ball and cut another however many I can get out of it. So we've gotten our scones, I was going to call them muffins for some reason. We've got our scones all cut out, and we actually managed to get 7 and a tiny little one that probably won't turn out very good, but won't turn out to be the classic scone shape. But I'm just going to brush them over with a little bit of milk to give them a bit of a browning on top once they go into the oven, and then they'll be ready to go into the oven. Okay, it doesn't go that way.
It's never gone that way.
So they've just gone into the oven and they should take about 15 minutes, but we'll check them after 10 just to make sure they're still cooking. So while those sweet ones are in the oven, I'm going to make a second batch of savoury scones, and it's going to be more or less exactly the same recipe, just leave out the sugar and the fruit, and we're going to add some savoury ingredients instead. So I've gotten to the point where I've mixed all my dry ingredients together. Well, butter's not really a dry ingredient, but I've mixed the butter into the flour, added the salt, and I'm just about to add the milk, but before I add the milk I want to add some of my savoury ingredients. So we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of onion granules, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic granules, and we're going to put in some cracked black pepper, probably about a teaspoon or so of that as well, and I'm going to put in some grated cheese. You measure that stuff with your heart. Yeah. Cheese is cheese. So
you could say anywhere from 1/2 cup to 2 cups.
Yeah, 2 cups might be a little bit much.
Fine, 1/2 cup to a cup.
Yeah, so some grated cheese, and I'm going to put that in as well. The mixture's all done. Same process as the previous ones. Tip it out onto a floured bench, knead it, cut it, put it on a tray, and in the oven for about the same time. So,
and then eat it. And
then eat it, yeah. But you can do all sorts of different things. That basic scone recipe is very
stable.
Stable, yes. What I was looking for a different word. I was looking for versatile. That's the word I was looking for. Very versatile. So you could put like olives or semi-dried tomatoes, cinnamon, pumpkin. You can go wild. Or you can make them just plain. That works as well. The scones have been in for about 15 minutes, so I'm going to pull them out now and see how they're going. Look at that. Perfect.
Perfect scones. Your dad will be sniffing around soon. He can probably smell the scones already from the other side of the marina.
Already. Yeah, I'm sure he can. So we're just going to let them cool down for however long you can stand, really.
How long you can hold yourself back from temptation.
Yeah. And then serve them with butter, jam, cream, whatever you fancy.
And tea.
And tea, obviously or coffee. Start making scones and visitors come over.
Eh? With their own coffee makers
Start
and everything.
Making scones and visitors come over.
Well, I was told.
Pixel, get out the way. Out the way. You're just in time. So there you have it. Those are our scones. These ones are the fruit ones. We've also made some savoury ones that we're going to have probably tomorrow for morning tea. And as always, the recipe will be down below in the description, so that goes to our website which has all of our recipes. And don't forget to check out David's video over at Cruising the Cat if you haven't seen that already. It was great fun filming that with him. And we'd also like to say a quick thank you to Chris Hayes, who has become a Commie Chef patron. So thank you very much, we do appreciate your support. And we will see you all next time. Bye!